working people across this country. And finally, change. What do we mean when we say the word change? The SNP might want to attack Labour. But if you think about what Labour has done in the last 3 years, and what Keir Starmer has done in the last 3 years, taking us from our worst result since the 1980s, and within 3 years, making us a party ready for government again. I don't think you can underestimate the scale of that task and how much effort and work has gone in to make that happen. And what does that change mean in practice? It doesn't mean delivering SNP leaflets using zero-hour contracts. It means banning exploitative zero-hour contracts with a new It means scrapping the non-dom tax status and investing in the nurses and the doctors of the future. And it means not climate denial like you see from the Tories, or indeed a lack of leadership you see from the SNP, but delivering clean energy by 2030 with a publicly owned energy generation company, GB Energy, headquartered right here in Scotland, creating jobs, bringing them So change is what this by-election is all about, and change is what the next general election will be all about. And it gives me great honour and privilege to welcome someone that I know will lead us to that change, will help deliver that UK-wide Labour government, a man of principle, a man of integrity, a man of hunger, a man of desire, a man of principle, a man of values, a man of decency, our next Prime Minister, Keir Starmer.
Welcome. It's so fantastic to see you. I want to start, Eileen, with you. That was fantastic. Those words were incredible, weren't they? Speaking not just for her family, her community, for this constituency, but for Scotland, and in many respects for the whole of the United Kingdom. Eileen, that meant so much to me, because we work night and day to change this party, to make sure the Labour Party, Scottish Labour, faces the voters, not itself, has a positive message that we can take to Scotland, change for the better. But the test whether we have done enough, the test whether we're on the right path, whether we've got a plan that is going to work of substance, is whether those that didn't vote for Labour last time vote for Labour this time. So what you said was really, really powerful. And I want to say personally to you, thank you. Thank you for voting for Labour this time round, and thank you for telling people that that's what you're doing, because I don't judge my own work, you do, and it's when voters like you can see that the Labour Party is a positive case for change that we know that we're on the right road. So Eileen, thank you so much for that. Anas and Jackie as well, because they have done a tremendous job with Scottish Labour. We would not be standing here on this platform today, 6 days away from what I hope will be a historic victory, if it wasn't for the hard work that they've put in, not over weeks and months, but over years, to change Scottish Labour and put us into a position where people can look at the alternative now in Scotland and say, actually, that is the positive road for Scotland. Thank you so much for the incredible change that you have brought around in Scotland. We are on the verge, I hope, of real vindication of the work that you've done. And Michael, what an incredible candidate. I've spent quite a bit of time with Michael in the last few months. And the words that people use to describe him are always the same. It's a combination of different words, but they're incredible. About his commitment, what he does for his community, what he stands for, his values, that down-to-earth approachability. Versions of those words from everybody, whether it's on a stage, whether it's in an audience, whether it's in a private meeting or even just on the streets. That's what they will get, this incredible advocate, this powerful voice for this constituency. So, Michael, thank you so much for everything you're putting in. I know how hard it is, but let's have a round of applause. I want to just thank all the rest of you around in the room, in front of me, to the sides and behind, all the people, all the members, the activists, the supporters that have been out there day in, day out, fighting for our cause, making sure that we're in a good place to win this by-election. And I'll tell you this, genuinely from my heart, we can work day in, day out to change our party. We can work day in to say we're a party of service that faces the voters. We can come up with that positive plan for the future. But none of that gets heard if we don't have you out there taking that to each and every door. Every conversation you've had is the delivery of all the work that we collectively do. I couldn't do my job. Anas couldn't do his job. Michael couldn't do his job without you taking our message to those doors, persuading people, being that human point of contact that carries the positive message of the Labour Party. So thank you to all of you. It's been a long journey. I remember coming up, I think, in July to headquarters where we already had a team of people really energised and ready to go. But this by-election's been going on a very, very long time. Only 6 days left. So I say a massive thank you for what you've already done. We have to keep going. This is not the end. This is not the rally at the end. This is the rally to actually pump it up again, to go up a gear. And that's the story of change in the Labour Party. It's the story of change in Scotland. It's the story of change across the United Kingdom. You have to keep going up and making a better case. And we've got 6 days to go and make that final bit. And I want each and every one of you to be energised. I know it's hard. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for what you're going to do. Because we're really, really going to turn this around, and that's down to your hard work. So thanks to each and every one of you for that. And what an incredible prize we have before us. People here, families here, have been so let down. Eileen was speaking for them, by 2 failed governments. 2 failed governments. An SNP government and a Tory government. What a combination. What a terrible combination that have let people down. And what Anas said is true. If either of those parties, either here in Scotland or across the United Kingdom, had a record they could stand on, they would stand on it. They would be coming here saying, this is what we've delivered. This is why you should vote for us. These are the things we've done. But they can't, because they've delivered nothing. And the more we look at the record of the SNP here in Scotland, the more we see a record of failure. And that is why people desperately want that change here in Scotland. And it's the same story with the Conservatives. In the next general election, they will go down because they can't go up. They've got nothing to show. So it's a big prize here. Many people let down over now years, 3 years really, without representation. So it's a big chance for us to have Michael Shanks sworn in as the MP who will be that voice of the communities that have not had a voice for a very, very long time. That's a huge, important prize. And what he stands for, what he fights for, will be absolutely embodied in what he does. But it goes beyond that, because we all know this isn't just about his constituency. Not just about Rutherglen and Hamilton West, is it? It's about Scotland. It's about the future of Scotland. This will be a milestone if we win this election on the hard road back for Labour to power. What an incredible opportunity that we have. And I want to tell you what that is about. That road back to power. It's not about me. It's not about me being Prime Minister. It's not about Anas as our leader here. It's not about Michael as the constituency MP, as I hope he will be. It's about the future of this constituency, the future of Scotland, and the future of the United Kingdom. because that's what we're doing it for the working people who have been let down so badly over all these years, to give them the chance, through proper leadership, through proper governments, with a plan, with a project, with a positive case for change, so that we can ensure that their opportunities, their aspirations are rewarded. So we do it for them, not for us, and we bear that in our minds. We are here to serve working people in this constituency, in Scotland and across the United Kingdom. And at the heart of that is something which is deep with Michael, which is this idea that we must make work pay. Make work pay, something that Michael cares passionately about. That people should be respected, rewarded, valued for what they're giving to our communities, to our society. That means a huge amount personally to me. My dad worked in a factory all his life, and his shift, his pattern of work, when I was growing up, was 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, come home for an hour, go back 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock. So I know what make work pay really means. I know it from my own family experience, and you will have similar stories yourselves, of your families, your friends, your communities. We know how important that is. And that's why we must always be in the service of working people. And what a contrast here. The SNP, I could hardly believe it when I heard they were using 0-hour contracts to deliver their leaflets. I couldn't believe it. But that's what they're doing. Contrast that with Michael Shanks, who passionately believes that making work pay matters, and will be part of what I hope will be a historic Labour government, where we can deliver a new deal for working people, which will rip up 0 hours contracts. Everybody that basic dignity and respect that they should always have from a government. So this is our chance. We're on the road. We've come so far. We've done so much. We've just got to keep our focus now, our discipline through to Thursday of next week. Every single vote counts. Every single vote has to be earned. Nothing is taken for granted. But imagine how you will all feel if Michael Shanks walks into Parliament as the next MP for Rutherglen and Hamilton West. What a moment that will be. So I end by asking you a question. Are you up for it?
Yes!
No. Are you up for it?
Yes!
They can't hear. Are you up for it?
Yes!